Welcome back to Daily Stoic Wisdom. And today we're going to be talking about one of the things that is most overlooked, especially when we're trying to accomplish big goals, big dreams, and desires in our life. And that's going to be flexibility. Let's get into it. Let's face it. We've been told when we hit our goals, we have to stay committed. It takes grit, determination. You have to be solely mindedly focused on this one goal. The problem with that is rigidity kills. It does. This goes into today's quote by Marcus Aurelius. Remember that to change your mind and to follow someone's correction are consistent with a free will. For the action is yours alone. To fulfill its purpose is keeping with your impulse and judgment, and yes, with your intelligence. Marcus Aurelius Meditations 8.16. The problem with the iron will. Here's the trap that most people fall into. That thing that having an iron will get them through everything and anything. That's only half the story, right? You have to recognize as well that life's going to throw you curveballs and changes, and if you can't adapt to them, you're going to get stuck. And this is why it becomes learning from other people's mistakes, learning where you need to make your corrections, right? We adapt, we learn, we grow. And this is what Marcus was really getting into his thing. He was saying, it's not weakness to be flexible. It's actually a massive strength. Think about it. If all your competitors or in your class are stuck on one kind of way of thinking and they're not going anywhere and you're able to pivot, you're able to find out the solutions. For me, when I was flexibility was one of my key strengths that made me a really good chef. I was able to, every night, things could go wrong, and you had to be flexible and adapt to the situation. A lot of cooks I worked with, they kind of only cut the onion this one way, and that was the only way to cut it. But there could be multiple different ways of getting to the solution. And that's what the true power of flexibility is. It's not being so rigid in your thoughts, also in your beliefs, in your self-beliefs as well. I am this, right? No, you have the ability to change that. You are flexible within that. And that's recognizing that can become your greatest ability to learn how to adapt to situations. Remember, success isn't a straight line. It's going to go up, down, turn around. But most successful people know when to grind, know when to pivot. A quote that I've always loved that I heard when I was a kid was, shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you land amongst the stars. You still have that goal. You're not willy-nilly, but you learn how to adapt and adjust with it. And this is what makes you successful. But you're probably asking yourself now, how do I get more flexible? How do I do this? All right, bring it back to you. Great theory, Dave, but how does it work? This is actually how, and this is where my coaching method, the M.A.N method, comes into play. And the how stands for honesty, openness, and willingness. We'll get a little bit more into those. But this is the key to it, right? First, we start with honesty. If you're not brutally honest with where you're at, what's going on, where you're actually at, the facts on the ground, not your perception of it, but what's actually happening. You have to be really honest with yourself. It takes a lot to be self-critical, and not to the point to beat yourself up. We're not trying to beat ourselves up, but we're just trying to lay the groundwork and the foundation. And then it goes to honesty. Honesty to openness, right? We have to now be open to new ideas, right? Key part about flexibility is we need to be open. If we're so closed off in our thinking and the way we perceive things, we're not open to that. We have to be open. We have to look at all the possibilities. Look at what you have, not your have-nots. And last is willingness, which is probably the one we probably all struggle with the most. Because it's willing to take those actions. That means facing the fear, recognizing I could be wrong. I need to try something else. All right, this wasn't working. I need to be willing to try something else. You need to have the willingness, being able to, this is using your willpower. This isn't an iron will. This is a will that allows you to move forward, to adapt, to grow, to change. And that is the power of the how in the M.A.N method. And you can apply this how to so many things in your life. But if you really want to nail this down and drive home to get your goals, to learn to be more flexible in life so that you can work with your ADHD, not against your ADHD. Because especially with people with ADHD, we're actually really naturally flexible at a lot of things. It's how our mind's kind of built a little bit. But if we don't have the structure and the framework And to have that goal, right, we need to make sure so that we can adapt and flow within the pattern, not that we're floating everywhere else. So if you're really interested in learning how to master those skills, learn how to succeed in life, how to be flexible, and to master the M.A.N method, I offer a free discovery call. It's a one-on-one call just to check out where you're at, how I can help you achieve all your dreams, goals, and desires, to be more flexible, to be more open, to get what you want. You got this. But that's all I got for today. Thank you so much for watching. See you tomorrow, and you have a great, if not better, day.